Good morning. Today we are going to learn what is audit, audit program, audit planning and audit types. So first, definition of audit. Audit means the verification of accounting and financial records with a view to determine accuracy and reliability. Statutory audit. Statutory audit is the audit carried out compulsorily under any statute and law. It includes the following types: companies governed by Companies Act 2017, banking companies governed by Banking Ordinance 1962, cooperative societies registered under Cooperative Societies Act 1925, electric supply companies, government department and public utilities. So what is government audit? Government audit refers to the audit of accounts of government departments and offices, government companies and statutory or public corporations. So what is private and voluntary audit? When an audit is not compulsorily under any statute but is undertaken by the owners voluntarily to get the benefit of audit, the audit is called private audit. The audit of accounts of sole proprietorship is optional. Internal audit. Internal audit is the audit of accounts by the staff specially appointed for the purpose. External audit. An external audit is an independent examination of the financial statements prepared by the organization. It is usually conducted for statutory purposes because the law requires it. Continuous audit. When an audit is conducted at a regular or irregular intervals throughout the year, it is called continuous audit. Final and annual audit. Audit at the end of the year is known as final audit. It is an audit carried out after the preparation of financial statement. Interim audit. An audit which conducted between two annual audits is known as interim audit. Balance sheet audit. Balance sheet audit is a type audit which concentrates mainly on the verification of the items in balance sheet. Complete audit. Complete audit is kind of audit under which all the records and books of accounts are audited by an auditor. Cash audit. Cash audit is audit which is undertaken for only cash reports and cash payments. Efficiency performance audit. It is an evaluation of overall efficiency and performance of an organization. Tax audit. A tax audit is an examination of an organization's or individual's tax return to verify that financial information is being reported correctly. Now, auditor's report. So, what is auditor's report? Importance of auditor's report, basic elements of auditor's report, contents of auditor's report, types of auditor's report, types of qualification, presentation of audit report. So first, what is auditor's report? An auditor's report is a formal result of all the efforts that goes into an audit. It presents the results of the examination done by the auditor. Importance of audit report. One of the reports on which the shareholders depend for forming their opinions about the management is the auditor's report. Audit report helps to maintain high standard of integrity in the company affairs. So basic elements of audit report. Title, addresses, opening or introductory paragraph, identification of financial statements, audited, date and period covered, statements of responsibility. Basic elements of audit report. Scope, paragraph, opinion paragraph, date of completion of audit, auditor's address, auditor's signature, firm and or personal name of auditor. Contents of auditor's report. First class. Whether or not, in their opinion, proper books of accounts as required by the ordinance have been kept by the company. Second class. Whether or not, in their opinion, the balance sheet and profit and loss account or the income and expenditures account have been drawn up to conformity with the ordinance and are in agreement with the book of accounts. The expenditure incurred during the year was for the purpose of the company. The business conducted, investments made and expenditures incurred during the year were in accordance with the objects of the company. Third class. whether or not, in their opinion and to the best of their information and according to the explanations given to them, the balance sheet, profit and loss account and cash flow statement conform with the approved accounting standards as applicable in Pakistan and give the information required by the company ordinance. 1984. In the manner so required and respectively give a true and fair view of the state of the company as a date. Fourth class. Whether or not their opinion deductible at source under the Jagatushar Ordinance. 1980 was deducted by the company and deposited in the Central Jagat Fund established under Section 7 of the Ordinance. Now, types of audit report. Unqualified audit report. This type of report is issued by an auditor when the financial statements presented are free of material misstatements and are in accordance with the GAAP, and the auditor does not detect any significant internal control breakdown during his examination. Qualified audit report. This type of opinion is very similar to an unqualified or clean opinion, but the report states that the financial statements are fairly presented with a certain expectation which is otherwise misstated. Types of qualification in an audit report. Disclaimer of opinion. The auditor is unable to give an opinion whether the financial statements are true and fair. Adverse opinion. The auditor expresses his views of financial statements to be untrue. Subject to opinion. The auditor disclaims his opinion on a particular aspect of financial statements. Accept opinion. The auditor expresses adverse opinion on a particular aspect of financial statements. So, presentation of an audit report. An audit report is always included in the annual report of the company. It should be brief, preferably of one page, along with an auditor's report, the balance sheet, cash flow statement, statements of change in equity, and the loss and profit account of the audited period is annexed. Notes to the financial statements enable the reader of the report to understand the significant information of the financial statements. The language of the report should be understandable by its readers. It should contain constructive advice of healthy criticism instead of an unsupportive tone. So, content. Introduction, purpose, importance, consideration of planning, preparation of audit plan, steps in planning, references. Now, introduction. What is audit planning? Audit planning is an important and essential process of systematic verification and organized examination. Planning is a process of doing a job in a systematic and methodological manner. That is, being defines what to do, how to do, when to do, who will do. Planning is an organized approach to complete a task, minimum time, at minimum cost and with minimum efficiency. Purpose. To work with each other and with the people who will carry out the plans. To clarify objectives. To set goals for each division. To establish policies and standard methods to guide those who do the work. They develop programs, strategies, and schedules to keep the work moving towards the subjects. To decide who should participate in formulating policies, to determine how much freedom of action should be given to subordinates. Importance of audit planning establishes the intended means of achieving the objectives of the audit, assets into the direction and control of the work, ensures that attention is developed to critical aspects of the audit, ensures that the work is completed. Now, considerations before the audit. Clearly defined objectives and scope of the audit. Team identification and assignments. Specific audit plan for the audit including timing. Flowcharts or maps of the processes, areas and activities about to be examined. Review and preliminary analysis of the formal requirements. Communication and agreement with the parties about to be audited. Work papers prepared to guide the auditors in conducting the audit. Preparing the audit plan. Determine what work prepares we will need to conduct audit. Prepare work papers. Develop the questions to consider asking. Annotate procedures or work instructions is a flowchart of the process to be audited available. Now, steps in planning process. So, first, determine audit subject, define audit objective, Set audit scope, perform pre-audit planning, determine steps for data gathering. Now determine audit subject. Identifying area to be audited. It include location, function and system. Define audit objective. Identifying the purpose of audit, that is to determine whether the program changes occur in well-defined and controlled. Set audit scope. Identifying the specific system functions and unit of organization. It includes detailed information regarding subject chosen for audit. Now perform for audit planning. Conducting a risk management which is critical in setting financial scope of risk based audit. For other types of audits, conducting a risk assessment is a good practice because the result help audit team to justify the scope and further pre-planning focus. Identifying regulatory compliance requirements. Once subject objective and scopes are defined, the audit team can identify the resources that will be needed to perform the audit work. Determine steps for data gathering. At this stage of audit process, audit team should have enough information to identify and select audit approaches, strategy and start developing the audit program. Identify and obtain department policies, standards and guidelines for review. Identifying methods to perform the evaluation. Develop audit tools and methodology to test and verify controls. Identifying criteria for evaluating test. Define a methodology to evaluate the test and its result accuracy. Identifying project to be audited. Prepare formal response. Incorporate findings into projects. Select the audit team and conduct a pre-audit meeting to review project information. Present audit finding to project owner. Conduct audit analysis and analyze report. So, what is audit planning? Planning and audit of financial statements. Effective date. This effective for audit financial statements to periods beginning on or after December 15. The objective of the auditor is to plan the audit so that it will be performed in an effective manner. Planning and audit of financial statements. So, this involves establishing audit strategy, developing an audit plan. Now next, why audit planning is needed? Audit planning helps the auditor in a number of ways, which includes giving suitable attention to important or high risk areas of audit engagements, identifying and resolving problems in a timely manner, organizing and managing an audit effectively and efficiency, selecting audit team member and in assigning work to them. Selecting audit team member and in assigning work to them helps the auditor in directing, supervising audit engagements and also to carry out review of the work of team members. What audit planning is and not. Audit planning is not a stand-alone stage of an audit which takes place at the start of every audit. What audit plannings? It is a continuous process. It usually starts at the conclusion of the previous audit and continues until current audit is conducted. However, planning involves the consideration of nature, timing and resources required to perform an engagement. For example, physical verification of items of PPA. Role and timing of planning. The nature and extent of audit planning depends on size and complexity of the entity, auditor's previous experience of the same entity, changes in circumstances during audit engagement. Planning for an engagement includes consideration of the timings of certain activities and procedures to be completed prior to the performance of further audit procedures. For example, prior to identification and assessment of the risk of material misstatement, such matters as the analytical procedure, understanding of legal framework, determination of materiality, involvement of expert, performance of risk management. The auditor may wish to discuss the components of planning to make the engagement efficient. However, care should be taken not to discuss to the extent that it negatively affects the effectiveness of the audit by making it too predictable and thus giving management the chance to circumvent audit procedure. Involvement of key team members. Involving other than member with engagement partner in discussions increase the effectiveness and efficiency of planning process. Collective knowledge and experience are shared in the process. So initial activities. At the commencement of the current audit engagement, before any other significant activities takes place, auditor is required to perform the following procedure. Perform procedure regarding client continuance and specific audit engagement. Evaluation of complaints with ethical requirements of the engagement team. Agreeing the terms of engagement with the client and underwriting of such items. Performing such initial activities enables the auditor to identify any problem right from the beginning of an engagement which may affect the audit adversely. Initial audit engagements. The purpose of objectives of planning audit engagement is same either is its initial engagement of recurring engagement. However, in case of initial audit engagement, the auditor lacks previous experience with the entity, thus it impacts on the planning activity. In the case of initial audits, the auditor is required to undertake the following steps before any other activity. Communicate with outgoing auditor in compliance with ethical requirements. Perform client acceptance procedures and specific audit engagement procedures. For example, discuss with the management any major issues regarding initial selections as auditors. Audit procedures necessary to obtain audit evidence in respect of opening balances. So, audit planning activity. This entails the design of an audit strategy which set out scope, timing, direction of the audit engagement. Once audit strategy is in place, audit plan can then be developed on the basis of the audit strategy. Audit plan. It is known fact that the primary responsibility of an auditor is not to detect fraud. However, detection of fraud by an auditor is as a result of well-planned audit. Once audit strategy is in place, audit plan can then be developed which include the description of the nature, timings and extent of risk assessment, procedure control risk plus internal risk plus detection risk is equal to total audit risk. The nature, timing and extent of further audit procedures. The nature, timing and extent of other audit procedures. Changes in planning decision during engagement. Changes in planning decision during engagement. Other factors that may cause changes into audit plan include the extent of misstatements that the auditor detects with performing substantive procedures may alter the auditor's judgment about the risk assessments and may indicate a significant deficiency in internal control. Analytical procedure performed at the overall review stage of the audit may indicate previously unrecognized risk of material misstatement. In such circumstances, the auditor may need to reevaluate the planned audit. In such circumstances, the auditor may need to reevaluate the planned audit procedures based on the revised consideration of assessed risks for all or some of the classes of transactions, account balances, or disclosures and related assessments. So, direction, supervision, and review. The level of direction, supervision, and review of team members required by an auditor depends on the factors such as the entity under consideration, its size and complexity, the area of audit, assessment of risk of material misstatement, and the auditor's expectation, capabilities and competencies of audit team members.